Well, normally I have to pile up racks for my rod holders in this spot, but got a bunch of snow and ice built up on the bank, so maybe I can stick my rod holders in that. Let's see. I don't know. It's mostly just a loose, it's really loose piles of chunks of ice. Yeah, I think that'll work. Just pack them in around it. It's basically the same thing I do with rocks. Guess I'll use a combination of rocks and ice. That'll work. That one went in real nice. Yeah, that was easy. It's March 27th, northern Iowa, and the ice just came off this lake maybe yesterday or maybe the day before. It's still, I'd say it's about 30% ice covered still. I had to walk past some ice covered spots to get here today. It's a real pain to do this stuff with gloves on, but just got to, otherwise my hands are just going to be dead. I'll regret it later if I don't wear gloves. Just takes a little extra time. 4 ounces of lead today. I am going to take the gloves off to put on the baits though, I guess, because that's basically going to make my gloves all stinky. Frozen shad from last fall. Let's see if I can break one off. Maybe I should have got this out first thing when I got here. Well, that's not happening. I'm going to put it in the water for a few minutes here and thaw it out a little bit. And while I'm waiting for that, I'm going to take a water temp and see what the water temp is. The air temp's about 34 degrees, and I'm betting the water is not that much warmer. I think the water might be a little bit warmer, maybe 37, 38. We'll see here. Yeah, right at 39. It's a little warmer than I thought it would be. It's still pretty dang cold. It was really windy yesterday. I'm sure that's the reason why all this ice is piled up here along the bank. Today's high is 42, and that's we've been having some days like that, 40s. That's kind of knocked the ice off of most of the lakes around here. We've got snow in the forecast later in the week, so I wouldn't say we're having spring weather yet. It's more like mild winter weather, but I'll take it. Let's see how this is doing. Oh yeah. And these are pretty small shads. Shad. I don't know which one is the plural of shad. It's probably just shad with no S. Multiple shad, single shad, same word I suppose. Just gonna do I don't know, small to medium sized chunks. Something like that. And one nice thing about fishing in this freezing cold weather is I don't need to haul a cooler around for my bait or my lunch. Gotta wash that slime off. Ouch. Whew. Instant numbness. It's so cold. I can't imagine what it must feel like to fall through the ice and feel that whole feeling on your whole body all at once. Ugh. Must be terrible. Just a slip sinker rig, 4 ounces of lead on a slider, swivel, 1 foot long leader. I think this is a 4/0 Kale hook. That didn't go as far as I wanted it to. It's hard casting with gloves. I want to get out into the deepest stuff I can reach from where I'm at here. I'm in the vicinity of some of the deepest water in the lake. But I just want to get as close as I can to that because I'm pretty sure that's where the majority of the fish are still hanging out. Oh, that's better. That's better. That was a money cast right there. It's currently 11 a.m. and that high temp of 42 is not going to happen until like 4 o'clock. Normally that's when I like to do my spring cold water fishing is in the afternoon, the warmest part of the day. But I got other things to do that time today. So this is the time I have to fish. And that is, in my opinion, the best time to go fishing is when you can. I think there's a YouTube guy who, another YouTube guy who makes that his slogan, I think. We'll see what happens. It's really cold, water's really cold, bluebird skies, high pressure above 30. By all indications, this should be a terrible time to fish for catfish, but I hope I'm wrong. Well, I just noticed that this giant sheet of ice is coming over here. I've been kind of reading something on my phone for a while, and I looked up and saw that it was over here, and when I got here it was way over on the other side, over by those houses. So I don't know if it's going to end my fishing session here or not. If this pulls up, I mean, I'm right here, so if this pulls up right in front of me, I guess it might be done. I guess I'll have to wait and see what happens. Yay, winter time. Well, it's coming in pretty quick now. It's right here, the wind's blowing it right into my face. I'm going to reel this one in because this is my leftmost line. I don't want my line to get hung up on this sheet of ice, and I'll just kind of watch this minute by minute here. I might have to pick up my stuff and move back up the bank a little bit, because this thing might come creeping up the bank as it comes ashore here. I don't know. Gosh, I'm not sure what to do. I don't think it's moving fast enough that it's going to come up on the bank. Here it comes right here. It's just going up over some rocks there. Hopefully that'll just stop it once it starts hitting these rocks that are long. Oh, nice. 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 Seems to have stopped. Look at that. I mean, I'm glad I reeled in this line, because that would have been underneath that ice right now, but that's where it stopped right now, straight out in front of my left rod here. It seems to have stopped. So my other two lines are kind of off that way a little bit. What a weird day. Yeah, that kind of got my heart rate up a little bit there, because I wasn't sure what was going to happen. I didn't know how much force that sheet of ice was going to have behind it. Bam. I mean, I'm just about 20 feet to the right of the ice. It's basically ice fishing anyway. The water's about the same temperature as it would be if it was still covered with ice. This has a potential for problems, I guess. If I catch this fish, if I catch a fish on this one and it swims this way, it could get me wrapped around the ice, I guess, but whatever. I'm thinking at some point, if I stay here long enough, there's going to be some loud cracking, horrendous noise, and then a piece of this is going to come careening over and wipe out my lines, but I'll be on the ready with my cat-like reflexes and see if I can prevent that from happening. Well, I thought I'd come over here to see if the waves were crashing too bad on the shoreline over here, but this half of the lake's still covered with ice. Guess I'm not going to fish here today. So yeah, I guess I'll go for a drive. It's a new day, but it's the same weather forecast as yesterday. Cold, high in the low 40s. It's about 11 a.m. It's still in the 20s right now, upper 20s I think. Decided yesterday that I was gonna change up my tactics based on the fact that I got 0 bites, and I don't know, I think it's just a little too early for the fish to be in that spot where I was yesterday. The conventional wisdom is to fish the wind-blown shorelines in the spring, ice out. And that's what I was doing yesterday. But like I said, based on the fact that they weren't there yesterday, and then I just saw that half the lake is still ice covered, I think it's just a little bit too early for them to be coming near the shoreline. And yesterday, with my plan being to fish near deep water, try and catch the hungry fish that are coming out of their winter holes heading towards shore, that didn't work. So today I'm going to fish the deep water, and I'm going to try to put my baits right in front of their face. And that deep water is about 90 yards that way from where I'm standing. So that's why I'm fishing with these surf rods today. These are 10 feet long, ugly stick, big water, medium heavy action surf rods. And I've got 30-pound braid spooled up on here, so that slides through the eyes real well. I can cast a long ways with these things. There is one little problem that I didn't anticipate, and that is the wind is not blowing from the direction that the weather forecast says it's supposed to. That never happens. Instead of wind at my back at this spot, so I can cast it 100 yards, I've got a crosswind going this way. Hopefully that'll change here in the next few hours. It's still early in the day. Same bait as yesterday, just frozen shads. Put them in the little defroster there for a few minutes. So yeah, just a slider rig, 5 ounces today, and same 4-aught hook. See how it goes casting these things. It's been 4 months since I've done any casting of these surf rods. Big thing is remember to flip the bail open, right? Okay, did that part. I gotta tighten the drag all the way down so it doesn't slip when I cast. That wasn't too bad. Not near as far as I wanted to get though. That crosswind created a big bow in the line. Really slowed it down. I probably only went 60 yards on that first cast. I'm sure my casting will get progressively better the more I do it today. Well, that was about the same. And that rig was swinging like a helicopter as it was flying through the air. That's what you get when you use a sinker slider. Shark fishing, shark fishing. Bail is flipped. Okay. Oh yeah, that's the best one yet. That went pretty good. That probably went 80. Got a big bow on the line though. Alright, I'm not going to bother with measuring the water temp today. I'm sure it's in the 30s like it was yesterday. I mean, it's basically ice fishing with no ice, really. I mean, we'll see.
Ah, such a relaxing scene. It's early spring. The sun is shining. There's a gentle breeze blowing at your back. It's cold out, but you're nice and warm because you're bundled up in your warm winter coat. All you can hear is the relaxing sound of the waves gently lapping against the shoreline and the sound of passing water birds as they fly by. The sun is shining on your face, and it's so relaxing that your eyes are starting to feel a little bit heavy. Maybe close your eyes for just a minute or two and take a nice little nap.
Are you catching anything?
No, sir.
No?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Too early.
I think so. Taking a nap?
Almost.
Oh, that ain't all bad neither.
Yeah.
Any bites at all?
No. No. I mean, the other side of the road's still covered with ice.
Oh, yeah.
It's a few days later, and there's a drastic change in the weather. Check it out. fog. Had a mass of warm air come through the area yesterday. Got up to like 60 degrees yesterday. And during the night we had thunderstorms, rain, thunder, the whole shebang. Seems like the water's up maybe a foot or so. One of these days I'll remember to put the bait in the water first thing when I get here. But yeah, that first segment of this video was on Monday. On Monday I was dodging icebergs. Tuesday I was still fishing with all my winter gear on. Now it's Friday and it's about 10 in the morning. It's about 50 degrees. I got this roller coaster weather, spring weather going on today. Like I said, it was warm yesterday, and the temp is going to start falling at about 2 p.m. today. Going to start dropping, and there's another cold front coming through. So it's got this little roller coaster window of warm up combined with rain. These catfish should be really charged up and out there looking for something to eat today. That's what I'm thinking. So we'll measure the water temp while I'm waiting for my bait to thaw. Let's see. It's like 38 or something on Monday. 41.5. That's better. Broke that 40 barrier. No surf rods today. It's back to the regular catfish rods. I don't think I need to get out as far if the water warming up a little bit. Getting a good bite here. There we go. That was it. I had a bite on my middle rod and I missed it. I got this one. Oh, these rocks. Hopefully it's an eater size fish. It doesn't feel like a giant. Oh yeah, it's a nice one. Yeah. Come on in. First fish of the season. Perfect size too. Yeah, first cold water cat of the season. This is a nice 4.5 pound probably fish. I'm not gonna weigh him. This is eater size. It's going on the stringer, and boy is he cold. Oh, look at that. He's got a bonk on his head. I don't think that happened during the fight, but it might have. I don't know. On the stringer he goes. I got another one. Got another one. Didn't have a chance to get that one on the stringer yet. I don't think he's going anywhere. Yeah, I just turned around to go to grab my stringer and I look over and this rod's bobbing up and down. Might be a little bigger fish. Seems like there's some more weight on here. I've been here less than an hour. It's probably been about 45 minutes or so since I put the baits in. It's hard to tell with the water being this cold because even the giant ones aren't going to have much fight in them. Let's get fish too. Yeah, I think that's keeper two. Got him. Yeah, one right after the other. This one's slightly bigger. Perfect keeper size though. This is a 5.5 pound fish, my guess. Freezing cold. Catfish, these are gonna be delicious. Let's get these fish on the stringer now. 2 on the stringer. I mean, if that's all I get today, I'm happy. That's more than enough. That's like probably 2 catfish dinners. But the limit is 8. I guess still got some more room in my limit if I want to keep some more, and I think I might. I could put some in the freezer. That hook got a little dulled up during that one. Must have banged on a rock or something. I'm gonna change that out. There we go. Brand new sharp hook. I'm not casting a mile out there. Maybe 50 yards or so. It's probably 6-7 feet of water, I think. Check the status of this hook here. That one's still nice and sharp. Ouch, ouch. Well, 2 fish on these 2 rods and nothing on this one. Usually when this bite starts in the spring, it's pretty fast and furious when they're in the area. I'm betting that since this one didn't get a fish on it, I bet either there's no bait or the rig is tangled. It feels like no bait. I wouldn't be surprised if I was getting bites on this while I was dealing with those 2 fish. I just didn't notice. Or maybe a crayfish stole my bait. Yep. Bare hook. Okay. I think I'm in business here. Yeah. Yep. It's been a while. More than an hour, I think. Thought maybe the little window of when they were going to bite was over. This feels like a bigger fish. I was just kind of thinking that earlier, like, yeah, I got 2 eaters on the stringer. It'd be fun to catch a trophy now. And I think that might be what I've got here. I don't know. It's a lot heavier than those other 2. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a real good fish. Come on over. Oh, yeah. That is a pretty darn close to a trophy-sized fish. Yeah, I could tell already I'm not going to be keeping this one. This is a big channel cat. This hook's real good all the way through the bottom lip there. That kale hook, it's a 4/0. It's a 4/0 kale hook. That's a perfect size for this size of fish. Yeah, look at this beast. I'll get a scale on him in a minute here. I'm guessing this is probably around 10 pounds. Not a keeper. This is a breeder. I want these genetics to stay in the lake so we can keep getting big fish like this at this lake. It's 5 kilograms. Apparently my scale set on kilograms. 4.74 kilograms. Yeah, a kilogram is 2.2 pounds. So 5 kilograms. It's about a 10-pound fish. Back in the water he goes. Head in the water, point you in the right direction. You ready? Oh yeah. Thank you. Got something going on here. Hopefully it's not a bird. There's a whole flock of coots swimming over my baits right now. Alright. Well, whatever it is, I got it. Hope it's not a bird. I don't think it is. Swimming at me. Swinging at me big time. Wow. Now he's pulling back. And got another eater or a trophy here? Oh, it's a trophy. It's another trophy. Saw that big head come out of the water. Get in there. Yeah, I'm not gonna keep this one either. Another trophy-sized channel cat. This one's probably a 10 pounder, I don't know. Big boy. Didn't put up much of a fight because the water's so cold. Actually, I think it's a girl, but all right. Yeah, back in the water. Glad to have a few eaters. There have been times where I've had real good fishing here in the spring, but it was all trophies and didn't get to keep any. That's right though. Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. I pointed you wrong. I didn't point you good. Sorry. Come here. Those birds are laughing at me. There you go. Oh, you gotta go. Go left. What are you doing? You can do it. There you go. Thank you. Sorry about the confusion. Well, I checked my records, and my first ice out open water cat of last year was on April 1st. And today is March 31st. So pretty much right on schedule. With 2 eaters and 2 trophies, that's a pretty darn good day in my book. That's all the time I have for today. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. See you on the next one. So I just went to reel this one in because I'm getting ready to leave, and I got something on here. It was on there the whole time as soon as I picked up on it. Wait, and it's pulling back. Probably swallowed it, I suppose. No? Huh. That's another eater size fish. Well, that's convenient. It's time to go. Yeah, this is another 4 or 5 pound fish. I guess he'll go on the stringer. I'm actually getting a bite on this other line too. Oh my goodness. What's going on here? I was just leaving. I mean, I have to leave. It's time to leave. Okay. That's another great fish. And that's over there. This one's too big. He's way too big. Holy cow. Get in there. Easily the biggest fish of the day. Easily. This is going to be a 14 or 15 pound fish. 13 pounds. Almost 14. Closer to 14, 13, 15 ounces. Wow. I was just getting ready to go. Just reeling in. This tie's my PB. 14 pounds is my PB catfish. I've caught several of this size and weight. Who knows? This might even be the same one. But I guess the trophies are coming today too. I gotta leave for real this time. I'm not gonna be casting out after this. What a nice surprise this was. Big old 14 pound channel cat, tying my personal best. I'm getting ready to leave, and he's ready to leave. Get out of here. Get bigger. See you later. So yeah, looks like it's gonna be 3 on the stringer and 3 trophies. So fantastic day. More spring catfishing to come. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. See you on the next one. Today I'm going to share with you a secret catfishing trick that's going to ensure that you get your limit of catfish every single time, no matter what. Now there's a story behind how I learned about this trick. I was headed down to the river to do some catfishing, and I'm on my way down to the river, and as I'm going down there, there's an old man coming up the opposite way towards me, and I see the old man. He's carrying one fishing rod in one hand, and in the other hand he's got a 5-gallon bucket, and he's just barely kind of dragging it along. Looks like I figured this is full of water, you know. I don't know why he's lugging a bucket of water. So I walk up to him and I see that this 5-gallon bucket that he's trying to lug up the riverbank is full to the top with catfish. There's probably, I don't know how many, a whole bunch of 2 to 5 pound catfish, just overflowing the bucket. He could barely carry it. He'd caught so many. And I said to the old man, "Wait, can I help you carry that up to your truck? You got a lot of fish there." And he said, "Oh yeah, that'd be great. Thank you very much." So I grabbed the bucket. It probably, I don't know, it probably weighed 30, 40 pounds. I don't know. It was heavy. And I carried it up to his truck for him, set the bucket down on his truck, and I said, "Man, this is quite a lot of fish you got here. You had a really good day, huh?" And he said, "Oh yeah, about normal." I said, "Normal? What are you talking about?" He was like, oh, never mind. Just lucky, I guess." And I was like, huh. And I said, "Lucky? What? This is. I've never had a day this good. How'd you catch all these fish? You using some kind of really great bait or something?" He's like, "Nah, doesn't really matter, the bait." And I said, "Well, is there some kind of secret?" And he's like, "Yeah, it is a secret." And I kind of took that as a hint, like he didn't want to tell me. So I was like, "Yeah, no problem. Congratulations. Good job. You know, enjoy your fish." And he said, "Oh, no, come on back. I'll tell you." He said, "I'm getting kind of up in my years. I probably don't have a lot of years left, and I don't have any kids, and I suppose I need to pass this secret on to somebody, so might as well be you since you're asking." I thought, "Oh, okay. Now you got my interest. Okay." So I said, "It's a secret, huh?" He said, Yeah, it's a secret. I learned it from a witch doctor long time ago back in the war when I was stationed in New Guinea back in the war." "Really?" "Oh yeah. And I was like, so what is this, some kind of special bait or something like that?" And he said, No. You got to call them in." I said, "What? Call them? Like, I don't get it. Call them?" And he's like, "Yeah, you know, like how elk hunters will do calls to get the elk to come to them, or turkey hunters will do the calls, you know, to bring in the animal. You got to call them in." And I'm like, "Okay, well," and now I'm getting kind of skeptical. I'm like, "Okay, this guy is either messing with me or he's kind of Looney Tunes." But I think he kind of noticed the look I was giving him. He said, "Yeah, I can tell already. I felt the same way when the guy told me until I tried it." And I said, "Okay, well, tell me about how to do it, and I'll go. I'm about ready to go fishing here, so you tell me about it, and go ahead and head on your way, and I'll go down and do my fishing and give it a try." So he told me about it, told me how to do it, and I'm going to show you how to do it right now. So I don't know what it was like in the original language that the witch doctor taught him, but what he told me is, here's what you do. You say, "Catfish, here now, hip, hip." And you do that over and over again, but you have to do it at a certain pitch, and I'm going to demonstrate that for you right now. "Catfish, here now, hip, hip. Catfish, here now, hip, hip." And that's it. "Catfish, here now, hip, hip." Yeah, here they are, 3 nice ones. 6-pounder, 8-pounder, and probably a 5-pounder. So these will make 2 or 3 good catfish dinners for me and my family. So I hope you found that useful. Forget about the bait, forget about trying to locate the fish. Just go to anywhere on the lake, throw out some of those calls, and start reeling in the fish. Thanks for watching, I appreciate it. See you on the next one. Now, since it is a catfish, you know, you might think, oh, a good call might be, you know, here, kitty, 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 you know, like that. But in case you didn't know, cats and catfish are actually not related. So they do require different calls to catch. Well, happy April Fool's Day, folks. We're having a late spring here in Iowa. It's taking a little bit longer than usual for the water to warm up, and the fishing has been pretty darn slow so far. But hopefully it'll pick up pretty soon. When it does, you'll be the first to know. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Business here, pull and drag. Yeah, fish on. This was a sneaky fish. It wasn't even making the bells jingle on my rod holder. Just kind of slowly started pulling and started taking out drag without even making the bells jingle. That is kind of wild. But I've been here about an hour. I'm on my second set of baits. I just reeled in and rebaited, put on fresh bait, and recast it out. Feels like I got a pretty good fish on here. Get this fish in here, see how big he is. I'm keeping fish today. If I can catch some eater size. Oh, this is a pretty good fish. I don't know if it might be too big to keep. Gotcha. No, I don't think this fish is too big. I think I got a keeper here. Nice, nice, nice. It's hooked in the whisker, and then the hook turned around and went back into the jaw, but mostly just a whisker. First time using the scale this season. See if I got a battery. Nope, battery's dead. Guess I should have checked that. Oh well, first catfish of the year. Nice, looks like a female based on the coloring. And then since my scale's not working, I'm guessing on the weight, probably 6-7 pounds, my guess. And that's keeper size for me. Usually I'll keep fish, if they get over 10 pounds, then I'll let them go, but this looks like a good keeper size. Let me get this guy put on the stringer, and then I'll explain to you what I'm using for bait and my rig and all that stuff. Today's bait is just some frozen shad that I've had in the freezer all winter. Caught this shad with a cast net last fall. Just putting on a piece about that size. Just a Carolina rig, 4-ounce sinker on a slide, swivel, 4-aught wide gap hook, all 20-pound mono here. So it's April 1st, and it's about 3:15 in the afternoon. I'm fishing the warmest part of the day. Today's high temp is like 52, and that's not going to happen until about 5 o'clock. So we're still probably in the low 40s as far as air temps. Water temps, I'm pretty sure, also in the low 40s. I'll go check that with the thermometer here in a minute. But like I said, I've been here a little over an hour. That's the first fish of the day, first fish of the year. Feels good to reel in a fish after many months of long winter. See if there's any more around. Last time I checked the water temps, it was probably a week ago, and it was like right at 40. But we haven't had much warm weather. It's been highs in the 30s and 40s most days for the past week. Gets down into the 20s and even teens at night. So I got 42.8 right here in the 6 inches of water next to the bank. So yeah, it's hasn't changed much since last week. 42.6, still going down. So yeah, water temps in the deeper spots out there are probably hovering right around 40 degrees, I guess. So there's really two main reasons why I'm fishing in this spot where I am. And the first reason is wind. The wind is blowing in my face directly into this shoreline, and that's good just because it blows the food, and basically the whole food chain just kind of gets pushed wherever the wind's blowing. And it's not a heavy wind today, which is, I don't know, it's perfect as far as I'm concerned. It's about 5 to 7 miles an hour, just light waves coming in. And the other reason is the rocks. So I pick a rocky, wind-blown shoreline. And the reason I like the rocks on a day like today when the sun is shining is those rocks will absorb heat from the sun and give off that heat into the water. So the water along a rocky shoreline on a sunny day will likely be a little bit warmer than the water along maybe a muddy shoreline. So I'm just making that part of the equation too, just to, you know, hopefully increase my chances. So that's my thought process for why I'm fishing here today. You know, it's one of those days where it's kind of overcast, but not really. There's just a thin veil of clouds that are dimming the sun a little bit. Some pretty cool phenomenon there. I think that's called sundog. Not sure. Big ring around the sun there created by the clouds. Pretty awesome. It's like almost like a circular rainbow. I kind of was feeling bad for that catfish getting hit by the waves, so I built him a little live well here just so he's not getting pounded by the waves. I already got kind of beat up though. I'm really surprised. It's been about a half an hour since that fish. I'm really surprised I haven't had another one. Most of my experience this early spring fishing, they usually come once you start getting a bite. There's usually just like a whole bunch of them coming through. It's just bang, 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 bang. A lot of the time that happens. It's not happened this time, but that's all right. Getting a bite here. Fish on. Fish number 2 is on, and it's coming from the same spot as that first fish. Spot off to my left. Cold water, very tentative bite. I was just retying one of my lines because I rebaited and got snagged reeling it in. Broke it off. This is good, this is good. It's been about an hour since that first fish. This is another nice fish. Green female. Gotcha. It's another keeper. All right, fish 2. Nice green female channel cat. A little bit smaller than the first one. I'm guessing about 5 pounds, 5.5 maybe. Yeah. Not a real hard fight on these fish in this cold water, but they're gonna taste real good, that's for sure. On the stringer. think there's room for 2 in this little live well here. Yeah, that'll work. Kind of, well, everything's more difficult with frozen hands. There we go. Glad I'm catching some eaters today. Last year, most of my spring catfishing, I was catching a bunch of trophy size, like 12, 13 pound channel cats, and I didn't keep hardly any fish. I didn't keep any of those big ones. Well, folks, it's time for me to pack it up for today. This is my 3rd trip catfishing for the year. I'm finally able to find some fish, some active fish. I hope the fish are starting to wake up in your neck of the woods, wherever you are. But I'm gonna get these rods reeled in, this fish brought home and cleaned. And yeah, thanks for watching. See you on the next one. There is a ridiculous amount of bird poop at this spot, but this is where the fish are at too. Well, welcome back to another exciting fishing adventure. Spring catfishing is the name of the game today. 5 ounces of lead. The reason for the 5 ounces of lead is because I want to be able to cast at a pretty good distance, and there's some wind today. 7-8 miles an hour or something, blowing directly into this shoreline. I want these baits to stay put. I don't want the wind to be moving them around. And as per the usual, I forgot to get my frozen bait out first thing when I got here. That in the defroster for a couple of minutes there. There is a funny smell at this spot today. I kind of want to think it's all the bird poop, but it's all pretty dry, so I don't think it's the bird poop. I don't know, and the wind is blowing in, so I think whatever that smell is coming from across the lake. I don't know, it smells like some kind of animal smell. That's about all I can say. But it's about 11:30, and the high temp for today is like 54. It's in the 40s right now, and like I said, there's a little bit of a wind blowing into this shoreline. Barometric pressure is sitting right at about 29.8, and I'm going to check the water temp here in a second, but all indications are telling me that the conditions are right for a catfish bite. Let's see what the temp is right here by the shore. All right, 44.9 right here by the shore in 6 inches of water. I'm going to say it's a little cooler out there in the deeper stuff, but we're still in the low 40s. Same thing I've been fishing with so far this year, just some frozen shad from last year. Do some sizes like this, I suppose. It's kind of one of those days where it's just warm enough where you can use your bare hands and they won't go numb, but it's still really cold and it hurts. It's windy and noisy here. I don't think my bells are going to be much use today. I'm going to have to keep an eye on my rods. As per the usual, just a sliding sinker rig, 5 ounces of lead on a slider, 1 foot leader. That's a 4/0 hook there, side of shad. About 40 yards out where I'm putting them. And this depth is around 6-7 feet of water, I think. Yeah. Plunk. So yeah, it's just noon. Bait's in the water at noon. I expect the best bite to be between like 2 and 4, but I'm here early, you know, maybe they'll be here early too. And I am keeping fish today if I can catch some eaters. I hope to use this today. Okay, 45 minutes in. I just reeled in all my lines to check the bait, and all 3 lines were bare hook. Bait was gone. And I never noticed any bites
I did take a phone call for about 5 minutes and looked at some email and stuff, so I must have missed whenever that happened. But, you know, I guess that's a good sign too, right? At least there's, if I'd reeled all of them in and it's just the bait exactly as I would cast them out, then that'd be kind of disappointing, I guess. So, the wind has picked up a little bit. Waves are crashing. I'm not wearing sunglasses because of the sun. I'm wearing sunglasses because the wind is making my eyes water. So time will tell how much of this wind and waves I'm going to put up with. I might pick up and move to a different spot on the lake where the wind is not so obnoxious, but it's not at that point yet, so I'm going to keep fishing. Yep. Oh man, yeah. He was swimming at me for a second there. I got him now. This is a good fish. A lot of weight here. That was a real subtle bite. I was basically just staring at my rod tips. It was a real subtle bite. Oh, I'm getting another one. Another. Got a double. All right, I gotta pick one. This one's going down. Bait runner on. Can only land one at a time here. Oh my gosh, that's a big fish. Get in here. Yeah, that's a trophy. All these rocks. Got him. All right. He's gonna stay there. This other fish is running over here. Let's see if I can get this fish in too. Probably only been about 15 minutes since I recasted the baits out when I told you about I had bare hooks. And this situation with the rocks right here in front of me is not good. That's a great way to get him snapped off. This fish was running for a long time. He's way over here. Oh, it's another big fish. I just saw him. This is exciting. Oh, he's in the rocks over there. The waves pushed him in. Got him. It's double trophy time. Here's the first fish. He's just been laying here right in front of the camera. He hasn't misbehaved or anything. He's just been laying here. I'm not gonna weigh him. I couldn't get him to open his mouth to get the scale in there. I'm gonna call this maybe a 10, 12 pound big channel cat. Putting him back first. There you go. Nice thing about catfish, guys, is they can be just fine being out of the water for several minutes. You can have a catfish out of the water for 10-15 minutes and they'll be okay. I wouldn't recommend doing that, but you don't need to be in a super big hurry to get the fish back in the water. Obviously as soon as possible is best, but better to get a quality release than a crappy quick release. Yeah, he's only like a 12-pound fish. Okay. Yeah, I guess this is only a 12-pound fish. His belly is just the biggest I've seen so far this year. I mean, I bet it's all full of shad, full of dead shad. That's what they're feeding on right now, swimming around, picking up all the dead shad that have died over the winter. This is a beast. Double, trophy double. Put him back. Head in the water, just hold on to him. Let him get his wits about him here. No need to pull him back and forth or anything like that. That just makes it worse, actually. Head in the water. Just let them oxygenate their body back up. And then when they start kicking,
Let go. Yeah, see ya. Thank you. With just the waves crashing and the noise of it all, it makes it seem all that more hectic, you know? Just with all that noise, and I'm trying to yell over the waves to talk to the camera. And those big old catfish, they just eating little bits like this. I wanted to get some more eaters for the freezer today, but I will take those trophy cats anytime. That's what I'm putting back out there. I'll put a headpiece on the second one here. Alright, let's do that again. Check on this line that didn't have a fish on it. See what the status is here. Bare hook on that one. There's fish around. It's just a real subtle bite in this really cold water. They're not very aggressive. Well, it's been a while with no more bites, and these wind and waves is getting to be a little more than I'm willing to put up with. But those 2 trophy cats really satisfied my fishing addiction today. That was awesome. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. See you on the next one. Got something going on here. Yeah, there's a fish on this one. Yep. Here we go again. It's been a little while. I was getting ready to go. The wind and the waves have gotten worse, and I got my feet wet when I landed those 2 fish earlier, and it's getting pretty cold. I was thinking about leaving. I was just walking over to pick up my rods, and then this line goes slack, and here I am fighting another catfish. This feels like a good fish. Got to keep him up in the top of the water column here, otherwise he's going to get wrapped around the rock. Come on in. Oh yeah. That wave just pushed him right into my net. Yeah, I think this is going to be a keeper. About a 5-pound fish or so. He's going to, I'm not even going to bother putting him on the stringer really, because I'm going to pack up and go. As I was saying, I've had enough of this wind and waves for today. And my fishing addiction has been satisfied for today. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. See you on the next one. Welcome back, folks. It is a gorgeous April day. It's like April 4th, something like that. And I think the temperature is probably in the upper 40s right now. The sun is shining. There's practically zero wind. These waves behind me are from a boat that just went by a minute ago. The lake is pretty much flat. There is not a cloud in the sky. Bluebird skies. And if I was a gambling man, which I am not, I would probably place a hefty wager that today is not a good day to be catching lots of catfish. Today's bait is shad from the freezer, gizzard shad. It's been in the freezer all winter. It's not vacuum sealed or anything. Just squeeze as much air as it can get out and put it in the freezer. Seems to work okay. So yeah, just some simple catfishing. Sinker on a slide, swivel down to a 4/0 hook and a chunk of frozen gizzard shad. It is nice to not have wind. Been fighting with the wind a lot this spring, but a lot of times it's helpful with fishing too. Plunk. Yeah, if I have a successful day of fishing today, I'm going to say it's probably against the odds. But it sure is a beautiful day to be out here sitting on the lakeshore. Yeah, the barometric pressure is 29.98, so that's not that high. It's less than 30, so I kind of got that going for me. Really, the only downsides I think of today is the bluebird skies and the lack of any wind. But I think a couple things that I do have going for me today is that it's early spring. The fish are just starting to kind of come out of their winter slumber, so they're going to be out looking for something to eat. It's been a long winter for them too, I'm sure. And also, since it's early in the season, the water's still real cold, there's hardly any boat traffic out here on this lake. Most of the time, all summer long, once the water warms up, this lake is just a raging torrent, just a mess. The boat traffic just tears it up all summer long. But right now, you know, the fish can probably move around without getting, you know, scared by boats and jet skis and stuff like that. So they might be moving around. Well, what do I know? I'm no expert. I'm just a guy that likes to fish, just trying to learn like everybody else. Getting a bite here. A little jingle jingle. And we got our first fish on the line here, folks. And I have a mouthful of sunflower seeds. Sorry about that if I sound funny. I haven't been here very long. Yeah, I've only been here I'm guessing 20 minutes maybe since I put the baits in the water. This feels like a real good fish. Cold water, so they're not going to fight. It doesn't even matter if it's a trophy size. They're not going to fight very hard, but this feels like a good fish. It's just a super tentative bite. Just little. I thought, you know, maybe it was like a little perch or white bass or something pecking at my line. No, it's a cat. It's a good one too. And I am keeping fish today, as long as they're eater size. Get in here. Gotcha. And that is an eater size. Well, what do I know? Talking about how it's a terrible day to target catfish. And looky here. Grab a weight real quick. I'm gonna guess 7. 9 pounds 9 ounces with the net, huh? Well, first fish of the day. Probably about 8-pound fish, 8.5-pound fish, something like that. Good looking fish. Haven't been here very long. Half hour at the most. I don't know. Surprise, surprise. Catching catfish against the odds today, I guess. It's kind of a young fish. I mean, the head's not very big, and compared to the body, big body, not a big head, makes me think it's kind of a young fish. I think I'm gonna let this fish go today. It's really getting close to that air limit where I don't keep fish. You know, I like to let the big ones go, let them go out and breed. And you know, when you remove these big fish from the gene pool in a lake, they're not gonna make more catfish that are smart enough and have the right genetics to grow to be good sized fish. If you harvest all the big fish all the time, what you're gonna end up with is a stunted population of fish. And he's going back. Just hold him here, let him get charged up a little bit. I see people on YouTube that'll pull a fish back and forth through the water like that, and that actually does more harm than good. The gills are exit only. You know, the water needs to go in the mouth and out the gills for the fish to absorb oxygen. If you're forcing water backwards up the gills, you're actually preventing them from. There you go. See ya. Yeah, if you do that, you're actually preventing them from absorbing oxygen. The best thing to do is just put their head in the water and just let them recuperate. Alright, there we go. Just another piece of shad going back out. I would like to keep some fish today if I can catch some smaller ones. And the wind did start to pick up a little bit now. Just a little while ago, got a little bit of a crosswind, maybe 3 to 5 miles an hour, blowing across this way. I'm getting a bite already. I just cast this one out. Fish on. This is the same rod that I caught that first fish on. I just cast it out literally like 2 minutes ago. Swimming at me. Swimming at me. Oh, now he's not. I felt the tail hit the line. Don't. Felt it again. Oh, now he's swimming at me again. That's another big cat. I was gonna get the net cam put on the net, but I haven't had time. Get in there. Gotcha. That's a little smaller fish. That's more like the ones I like to keep. Yeah, fish 2. This is a better eater size. 4 or 5 pounds is my guess. Good looking female channel cat. Getting a quick bite today. That's 2 fish in the first probably 30-40 minutes. So this one's going on the stringer. Well, surprise, surprise, surprise. That was one of the guys on the Andy Griffith show used to say that, didn't he?
Surprise, surprise, surprise.
Well, the wind has picked up even more now, which is good. Oh, look at that. Look at that. This is incredible. All the fish today, all 3 of them, have come on this same rod. Same middle rod. I've had bites on both the other ones, but surprise, surprise, surprise. Show yourself. This one's really digging deep. Show yourself. Yeah. Come on over. Yes. Oh yeah, that's another great eater sized cat. What a great day. I was just about to put another jacket on because the wind's kind of picking up a little bit. Getting kind of cold. All right, fish 3. Another great eater sized fish. 4 or 5 pounds. Just perfect. Good looking fish. Got a little cut on the underbelly there. Must have cut himself on a rock during the fight. Lots of sharp rocks out there. I've had my line cut off by those rocks more than a few times on the stringer. Winner, winner, catfish dinner. This headpiece is one of the first baits that I threw out. It's been out there about an hour, but I just kind of put some extra cuts in it, you know, kind of squished it a little bit, squeezed a little bit of flavor, more juices out of it, cast it back out there. Well, I didn't think my chances of catching any fish today were very good, but one thing I do know for sure is if I'd have stayed home, my chances of catching a fish would have been 0. So thanks for watching. I appreciate it. See you on the next one. Had my first good day of fishing the other day. Ended up actually landing 6 fish. 3 of them were big trophy channel cats, and 3 of them were keeper size. And that was about 3 days ago when that happened, and the weather hasn't changed all that much. Today's high is like 53, I think, and wind's blowing, as you can see here. Barometric pressure is nice and low, like 29.8 or something, and that's because we've got some rain coming tomorrow. And this little shad's pretty small. I'm just going to put the whole fish on here. There we go. As far as what kind of fish am I targeting today, either trophy channel cats or eaters, the answer is yes. Yes. I will take any and all of the above. And it's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm fishing the warmest part of the day today, which is between like about 2 o'clock and 5 o'clock. Water temp starts falling around 5. We got probably 10-12 mile an hour wind or so. It's kind of blowing across, but in here into this shoreline and across a little bit. But yeah, some wind is always good. They were here 3 days ago, and I don't think much has changed enough for them to go anywhere else. I think they're still going to be here. The other day when I was fishing here, I had to leave at 2 o'clock, and I was catching fish all the way up until when I left. I actually was kind of running a little late because I kept catching fish. So that was right in the middle of prime time. I had to leave right in the middle of prime time. So hopefully I have some good results today. Here we go. That didn't take long at all. That didn't take long at all. Just gonna let him get it picked up off the bottom here. And here we go. Yep. Seriously, it's only been like 10 minutes. They are still here, and it is prime time. You're gonna be an eater or a trophy? Kind of feeling like eater so far. Come on. Yes. Yep, perfect. Eater size. 3-4 pound. Channel cat, looks like a female because of the kind of greenish color there. But 10-15 minutes, bait's in the water. They're still here. Alright. One on the stringer. Here we go. Yep, he's on there. Just got that other fish on the stringer. Just getting ready to rebait. Fast and furious today. I love it. Feels like another dinner size catfish. Had the first catfish dinner of the year just last weekend. Putting a few more in the freezer. Because I don't really fish for catfish very much in the middle of summer. Gotcha. Jumper. Another green female. Another green female, about the same size. 3-4 pounds. Great table fare for these size fish. On the stringer she goes. I like to do a lip piercing. Yeah, they're quite the pair there. Catfishing should not be this easy. This is not realistic. This does not usually happen. Just show up and start catching fish. Well, sometimes it does. Today it does. Not usually though. If you do your research and watch the weather closely, you can increase your chances of having days like this though. That's for sure. just got that casted out, and I think there's another fish on. I thought I heard the bell jingling while I was down there. Oh yeah, there's fish on it. Yep. Yep, he had just swam towards the bank. Fish 3 is on. This is getting just a little bit ridiculous. I promise though, I will not use the word insane in the video title. I think that that word is way overused in the fishing world. Yep. Yeah, the hits just keep on coming. Another 4.5 pound fish. That's 3 for the stringer now. I better get this fish put on the stringer. I've decided that I'm gonna quit at 4. That is half of the daily limit. I just don't need that many fish in the freezer. I think keeping more than that seems kind of greedy. Unless they're small fish. I mean, these are pretty good small size fish. I guess if they were little 2-pound fish, then I could see keeping 8. That stringer's looking pretty darn good. It's easy to forget to check the hooks when it gets chaotic. That one's nice and sharp still. I wonder how many catfish are roaming around the shoreline here looking for something to eat, huh? Dozens? Hundreds? I don't know. It didn't take but another 5 minutes. Yep. Raw. This feels like something much bigger. This feels like something much bigger than what I've been catching. Maybe. Yeah, it definitely feels a little heavier. Really hard to tell with this cold water. Even the giants don't really have a lot of fight in them. Oh my gosh, that's a huge catfish. I just saw the tail come up. Yeah, that's a big boy. That's a big boy. Come on in. Get in there. Oh, he barely fits in the net. 15, 8, 9, 16, 16, 1. That's a new PB. Now what you're looking at here is the biggest channel catfish I've ever caught in my life. 16 pounds. It beats my personal best by 2 pounds. And the belly on this fish is something pretty extraordinary. The length, I think I might need to measure the length here before I put him back. But amazing, huge channel cat. Not a great, big tough fight or anything with this cold water, but in my opinion, this is the best time to catch them. Look at that big old tail. Big muscles on the head there. Gosh, this is a beast. It's very satisfying to catch these big fish, and it's satisfying to let them go. And I can't believe that my other rods haven't started going off while this has been happening here. Get them out of the net. Easier said than done here. Where's my assistant? Timmy, come help me, Timmy. Alright, the net is out of the equation now, finally. Got some waves going on here. I'm just going to let this fish just rest for a minute here. Ready? So rather than just hurry up and get rebaited and cast back out, I'm going to take a 5-minute break. Sit down and relax for a few minutes. Here we go again. Yeah, there's fish on there. Yep. It Actually, it has been about a half an hour since I got the last fish. But they're still here. I don't really know what to say anymore. I'm catching another fish. That's about all I have to say. Feels like a good fish. I keep looking back at my other lines to see if those are peel and drag or not, because I can't hear anything. That's another eater. Yeah, this is going to be my fourth keeper. 5-6 pound fish. What a great day. I just can't believe the fishing today. It's just unbelievable. And I've had my fill. I've had my fishing addiction satisfied for today. And I'm going to put this guy in the stringer and head for home. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. See you on the next one. Getting a bite here. Real cold water. It's going to be subtle bites. That's what I'm seeing here. Yep. I think there's a fish on there. Let's get him. Yep. Yep. Fish on. Oh, this is a good fish. This is a good fish for sure. Let's go down and get him. Welcome to another fishing adventure, folks. It's 2024, April 8th. It's not my first time fishing, but this is my first fish on the line of the season. First time I went fishing, I didn't catch any fish, but I caught a walleye boat and that didn't go very well, but enough about that. I think I got a big catfish on the line here. I'm hoping to get some eaters today, but I love these trophy channel cats when I can get them. I was here a few days ago and the water temp was 45. I didn't measure it today, but it feels about the same. Maybe I'll measure it after I'm done here with this fish. I think this is a real good fish because the water being as cold as it is, they don't fight all that hard when it's this cold. For something to have enough energy to pull drag like that in this cold water, it's got to be big. It's coming up. Oh yeah. Yep. There he is. That's a big channel cat. Oh no. He's in the rocks. I didn't want that. Get back out there. Okay, got him. Yeah, starting out the year with a trophy channel cat. Sweet. Hooked right in the bottom lip. That's a 4/0 octopus hook there. I'll just leave him in the net to get a weight here. Subtract about a pound. About a 14-pound fish in the net. That's a 14-pound fish in the net, so we'll call it a 12 or 13-pound channel cat. Gray channel cat. Most likely a male. Beauty of a fish. Too big to keep. I don't keep fish any bigger than, I don't know, about 8 pounds or so these days. It's about my limit, but awesome. It's about noon. It's about 11:45. I've been here for about an hour and a half, and as you can see, it's cloudy. It's an eclipse happening later today. We'll see how that goes. I don't know. It's cloudy, so back in the water this fish goes. Head in the water. Just hold on to him for a second here until he starts kicking a little bit. It's really cold. He should be good. See you next time. Yeah, so here's the rig I'm using here. It's just a sinker slide. I got a 5-ounce sinker on there just so I can cast out pretty good distance down to a swivel, and then about a 1 foot long leader and just that 4/0 octopus hook. I like this size hook for channel cat fishing. It's small enough to where the little fish can get it in their mouth, but it's still big enough that I can catch a 20-pound channel cat on this thing, no problem. Oh, all right, another bite. Yep, fish on again. Fish on again. This one feels like a smaller fish. I was just getting that other one baited up and getting a little bit of fast action here. This feels like an eater. Ideally, that's what it would be today, is both. I get eaters and trophies. Yep. Getcha. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Just a little four pound little female channel cat. It's going on the stringer, catfish dinner. Alright, so I was about to show you the bait here. The bait I'm using today is gizzard shad from the freezer from last fall. Caught this shad here at the same lake last fall. Made sure I had a bunch of good bait to use in the spring, because they can be kind of hard to find sometimes in the spring. And these are little fish, and all I'm doing is I'm cutting them in half, just like that. And then I just put both chunks on the hook, just like that. And I'm going to trim that tail off, because that provides wind resistance when I'm casting it out. So just two little chunks of shad there, gizzard shad. And I'm casting about 30-40 yards out in about 6-7 feet of water out there. I'm fishing near deep water is what the plan is for today. I'm fishing near deep water, not in deep water. Like I said, I'm in about 6 or 7 feet, and maybe about 50 yards from where I'm at is some of the deepest water in the lake. And so I'm fishing near deep water, because I think that's where they're going at night, and then they go out in the shallower stuff in the day to look for some food. A cloudy day like this is a good day for that. At least that's the theory I'm working with today. Seems to be producing a couple fish at least. And I'll just go ahead and reel in this third one here and see what's up, because probably a good chance this bait got stolen while I was catching those other two fish. No, still got the bait, at least part of it anyway. Okay, I'll freshen it up. It's been a weird winter, weird February. We had a warm February. We had like ice off in mid-February. I've never seen that before. And we had water temps in the upper 40s in February, and then it went back down, and then the lake froze over again, and it's just been a weird spring. And I guess my thermometer is low on battery, I think. Maybe if I take the battery out and put it back in, I can get at least one more reading out of it. Sometimes that works. Stuff. Nope, I guess we're not getting a water temp today. I'm saying it's still in the mid 40s, just by the way it feels on my hands. I just looked up and this line is slack. Yeah, there's a fish on it. Subtle biting. Yep. That fish didn't even pull hard enough to make the bell even jingle a little bit. So subtle. I should probably quit looking at my phone, just start watching my lines if the bite's picking up. This feels like a good fish. It's got some good weight. It's hard to tell in this cold water. It could be a 5-pounder or a 20-pounder. I don't know for sure. I feel his tail banging on the line as he's trying to swim away from me. Oh yeah, it's a big fish. It's a big fish. That's not an eater. I don't want him to go down in those rocks. Gotta keep him in the top of the water. Okay. Yeah, that's another big fish. Well, because I didn't see that bite right away, this fish has got the hook down in there. Oh yeah, I see it. It's down in there though. Dang it. Yeah, it's not working out very good. I can't get my pliers down far enough to get a good hold on the hook, and I don't think this fish's mouth is big enough for me to get my hand down in there. Open up. I can get 2 fingers on the hook. Not enough grip to be able to turn it and pull it the way it needs to be pulled. That hook's getting cut. Yeah, I'm cutting the line on this one. He'll be alright. That hook will work itself loose here in a few days probably. I don't know if you saw it in the camera behind me, but my other rod's going off. I got another fish on that other rod. I'm not going to weigh this fish. I'm guessing 10, 12 pounds. Another nice male channel cat. Too big to keep. He's going back. And I definitely got a fish on that middle rod. Better to just cut the hook, or cut the line, and rather than tear his guts up trying to get it out. Better chance that way. Alright, definitely got a contender here. This feels like more like an eater. And my third one's going off too. The third one's going off too. Noon bell rang and the catfish decided to come out and go for a feed. This feels like a smaller fish, and I'm kind of horsing him in here because I want to try and get to that other line before he finds a way to get himself wrapped up in something. Alright, he's right here. That's good. Yes, that's an eater. Alright, this fish is getting dropped off right here in front of the camera. I'll unhook him in a minute. I need this net. Love this cold water spring catfishing. Yep. As you can see, there's a lot of rocks along the shoreline. These rocks go out quite a ways. This is the most dangerous part of is right here. They can swim down and get in these rocks. Yeah, that's another eater-sized catfish there. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. These are about identical fish, 5-6 pounds a piece. Great eater fish. I got no baits in the water. I'm gonna fix that first. They'll just rest here for a minute and I'll put them on the stringer in a second. The limit is 8 out of this lake, and I don't think I'll keep 8 fish, but a couple more I could use for sure. There's one thing I know for sure is that I'm not going to catch any fish if I don't have any baits out. Every fish I've ever caught has been on a bait, so I'm going to do that first before I mess around with the stringer. I can at least get 2 baits out anyway. That third one I need to retie because I had to cut it. But alright, there's my 3 stringer fish. And for situations exactly like this, where I needed to cut my line, or for whatever reason I need to retie, this is exactly where I keep these rigs pre-tied and just in my tackle box. I can just grab one and get back to fishing instead of spending a few extra minutes tying a new rig. Just a snelled hook onto a swivel, that leader. I just need to tie that swivel onto my main line, just tie 1 knot, and then I'm back to fishing. Get another one. Yep. He's on. Haven't got that third one back in the water yet. One I just retied. Water's pretty dirty for as early as in spring as it is. It must be turning over, I imagine. Another nice fish. Yep. Every single one of these fish. Wow. Oh, look at that catch. Every single one of these fish, including that big one, subtle bites. Didn't even ring the bells on my rods there. This one's going on the stringer too. It's a 5-6 pound fish. Sweet. Here's what the stringer's looking like these days. 4 nice ones. I think one more and I might call it a day as far as keeping fish goes. I don't want to get too greedy. So it's 1 o'clock right now. I just got all 3 baits out in the water. And they're sitting there. According to what I've seen on the NASA website, the main part of the solar eclipse for where I'm at here in northern Iowa is going to be between like 1:30 and 2:30. The darkest part. We're not anywhere near the main path of totality, but I think we're getting 74% or something like that coverage, it said, which I don't know how noticeable that's going to be or not. I'm planning on staying here at least until the end of that, just to see what happens. I don't know. I've experienced solar eclipses before of the similar coverage like that, 70 something, and I don't know. It's the light kind of changes and things look a little weird. It doesn't get dark or anything like that, but I don't remember what percentage it was last time I experienced that. We'll see what happens today. I'm really curious to see if the bite is going to continue and if that changes at all during that part of the eclipse. Interesting stuff happening today. I mean, I forgot to mention, it is like cloudy, completely cloudy. We're not going to see the sun at all. So really all I'm hoping to see is, it should just get dimmer out here. We'll see what happens. There we go. That's a jingler. That's a jingler. Yep. It's been about 10 minutes since I got these baits in the water. That was probably the most aggressive bite that I've seen so far today. And it wasn't very aggressive at that. I suppose since I've been sitting here for 10 minutes being all quiet, now all of a sudden I'll get runs on all 3 of my rods. Turn back into chaos again, huh? I'll take it. This feels like an eater fish. Yep. Gotcha. Number 5 for the stringer. Yeah, number 5 for the stringer. Nice 4 or 5 pound fish. I'm gonna just do a little self-imposed limit here of 5 instead of the law of 8. These are good sized fish. I could see keeping 8 fish if they were all 2-3 pound fish, little fish, but these are all pretty good sized fish. That's a lot of meat. I'm gonna stop at 5. I'm gonna keep fishing though, but I'm just gonna stop keeping fish. Oh, here we go again. Yes. I haven't even got that other one rebaited yet. This feels like a better fish. Last year I caught my personal best channel cat about this time of year. That was 19 pounds, 15 ounces. Just 1 ounce short of 20 pounds. That would be sweet if I could break that this year. I don't know if this is it. It's hard to tell, like I said, hard to tell in this cold water. Where's he at? There he is. There he is. Nice. That's a nice fish. Yeah, nice fish. Female channel cat. Oh, I'm getting another one. This would be a keeper normally, but like I said, 5's the limit today. Off you go. See you later. Catch you next time. Yeah, there's definitely a fish on that other one. Or at least there was a bite. The line is slack. Let's reel up and see. Well, this one's nothing there. Nothing there on this one. Okay. Yeah, the bait is mostly gone. Something was munching on it. I've been so busy fishing, I really haven't had a chance to look at my phone, see what time it is. I wonder if it's eclipse time. Yeah, it's exactly 1:30. So should be for the next hour, supposed to be when the maximum dimness is around here. There's some little gap in the clouds, and right now it's brighter than it's been all day. Very weird how just at the exact moment when it's supposed to be eclipse here, the clouds open up and the sun starts shining. It's bizarre. Look at that subtle bite right there. Look at that. Not even making my bells jingle. Pick up on it. Yep, he's on there. He's on there. Just barely pulling. I'm gonna tighten up on him and hook him. He's hooked. It is. I was just pulling my phone out to see what time it is. I think it's almost 2 o'clock, which is like right in the prime, like when it's supposed to be its darkest. Only 74%, but that's right in the middle of the eclipse. And I'm reeling in a fish. Ooh, that was a good tug there. This might be a good fish. Yeah, I think the sunlight that is coming through does look a little strange. From what I've read, it's the shadows that look weird during an eclipse. That's why you think things look strange. Look at these rocks here. I don't know. The camera probably doesn't pick it up. I'm noticing a little bit of something. I don't think the fish care. Yeah, it's a big one. I got him. Yeah, eclipse catfish. It's about 2 o'clock. Supposed to be the maximum darkness that I'm going to experience here at this location. I don't know how much this fish weighs. Let me take a guess here. He's got a mark on his top of his head there. See that? Old scar. Old scar. Probably an old spawning scar. But definitely a male channel cat, just because of the gray color. Females are kind of yellowish, greenish most of the time. A lot of people confuse these for blue catfish, especially in the spring, because they do kind of get a bit of a bluish hue to them during spawning time. They're not spawning yet. They get more blue than this, but I'm going to say this fish is 8.5 or 9 pounds. Let's put the scale on and see how good my eyeballs are. 0, 8 pounds, 10 ounces, 8 pounds, 15, 9 pounds, 8 pounds. It doesn't know. It's between 8 and 9 pounds, huh? Yeah, eclipse catfish. Back in the water he goes. Yeah, I can notice just a little bit. The light looks weird. It's kind of got a bluishness to it. Bluishness. I don't know if that's a word, but I just said it. And yeah, look, eclipses are cool. This guy's ready. You're ready. See ya. Get bigger. Yeah, I am still catching fish during the eclipse, although it has slowed. It's been about half an hour, since I had that hot bite. That hot bite turned off, and then a half hour went by with nothing, and just caught that fish there. What I would really like is to catch a new PB catfish during the eclipse. 20 pounds would do it. Well, here's my stringer. 5 nice ones. I got some fish to clean. Do catfish bite during an eclipse? Yes they do. At least when it's cloudy anyway. If it's sunny, who knows, but that's the weather I was dealt with today. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. If you want to see me cook these fish, head over to my cooking channel. I'm going to post that video over there. But again, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. See you on the next one. Welcome back to another fishing adventure. This is my absolute favorite weather for catfishing, spring catfishing especially. Tell you why. One, the catfish like the dimmer light conditions. Okay, that's a known thing. The bite will probably be better on a cloudy day versus sunny day. At least that's been my luck. Other factors that are more centered around me are the fact that it is cold, it's windy, it's spitting rain, and the water temperature is about 49-50 degrees. So that means that 99% of the people look at their weather forecast or look out their window and say, I think I'll just stay home and look at my screen instead. No boats, no jet skis, no people. It's a nice day for Tom to go fishing on the bank. My bait is defrosting in the defroster down here. Let me go check on it here. Yeah, shad from the freezer. A bunch of baby shad that I've had in the freezer since last fall. They're still pretty frozen. I think I can peel a few off here. Yeah, there's one. I just need 3 of them to start with. And for these little fish, I'm just going to cut them in half, just like that. And I've got this 4/0 octopus hook here, and I'm just going to put both of those little chunks on the hook. And I'm just going to hook it pretty shallow because I want as much of that hook point to be exposed as possible. I don't want to bury the hook. I know a lot of people think that that's important, and in my experience it's not. You want the hook exposed. I have better luck with the hook exposed. But you do it how you want. I don't care. You want to bury a hook? Bury the hook. I don't care. But this 4/0 hook and these kind of small chunks of bait here are they work well for both small eater-sized catfish, and this is a big enough. It's small enough for the small catfish, and it's big enough for 20-pound catfish to be interested in this time of year when the water's cold. I'm fishing this spot here because it's near deep water. About 100 yards out there is some of the deeper water of the lake. I'm sure a lot of the catfish spend their winters there. And so, you know, I'm just getting my baits near the deep water. I'm probably going to be in about 6-7 feet of water, and the deep stuff is probably 12 to 15. I just want to catch some of these catfish that are coming out of their deep hole, their winter slumber. They're just coming out of there to go browse around, and they'll find my baits. Watch out, coots. That's the idea anyway. I don't really know for sure that that's what's happening under the water, but I do know that when I do this tactic in the spring, I usually have some success. Probably about 30-40 yards off the bank is where I'm putting these. I have tried putting baits out there in the deeper stuff. You know, come out here with surf rods and braided line, and I can cast, you know, 80 yards and get it out there in that deeper stuff. And I've tried that and just wasn't successful. I guess my theory is that the fish that are out in that deep stuff are out there because they're not active. They're just they're lounging, waiting out the winter. Haven't had any luck doing that. They were here a few days ago. I caught 6 or 7 catfish just in a matter of 2-3 hours in this same spot a few days ago, and weather hasn't changed dramatically one way or the other. It's been pretty close to the same, so they should still be here. Hopefully I'll get some catfish on the bank today. I'm gonna bring some home today too, but I'm really in the mood for a trophy size 20 pounder or so. We'll see. Thanks for watching. That's a bite. That's a subtle catfish bite right there. Yep. Fish on. It's been a while. Like almost 2 hours. It's a little after noon. Started at 10:30. I've refreshed the baits once during that time. I let them sit for an hour, and then I reeled them in and refreshed them. None of the baits were gone, but I replaced them with fresh. The water's still dirty, still cloudy. This feels like an eater-sized fish. Looks like an eater size fish for sure. Come on in. Yeah. You know, I'm wondering if there's some kind of disease going around the catfish in this lake. This fish, I don't know what's going on with this fish. He's just all red, like on his whiskers there. Oh, he's missing his whisker got chopped off there. He's got some red on his fin, on his other fins. He's just got like, it looks inflamed, like he's got some sort of an infection or something. Tail split. I don't know, his fins have reds. Here's on the caudal fin here, he's got a bunch of red spots. I don't know if you can see that, but this fish looks like there's something wrong with him. And I'm not gonna keep him. I'm gonna let him go. It's good to be catching fish though. Otherwise, normally I'd keep fish this size. But last fall, I was seeing lots of dead catfish just laying on the banks. Big fish though, only big fish. And I don't know if that was a disease thing or if people were just catching them and killing them. I don't know. But see ya, good luck. Just doing the same thing, just cutting baby shad in half and putting both halves on the hook. That's real, that's real. Yep, fish on. It has been another long while. I think it's like 1:45. It's like 1:45. It's been another hour and a half. I was gonna leave it too if I didn't get any more bites. I still might. Pretty cold here today. Temps in the low 50s and the wind's blowing at 30. I've been walking back and forth, trying to keep warm. Sitting and reading, just getting cold sitting and reading. This feels like a good fish. Oh, I got a fish and a piece of a tree, it looks like. Weeds or something. Okay. Got a fish and a branch of some kind here. And this is too big to keep. This one is just right. 5, 6 pound channel cat. It's perfect eating size. Looks to be disease free. No rashes or red fins or anything on this fish. Sweet, on the stringer. Maybe I'll stay a little longer. I always like to run the stringer through the lip like that instead of the gills. That way, I don't know. It holds them good. But if I want to release this fish at the end of my session here, if I decide I don't want to keep fish, I can just pull it out and that lip wound will heal, and his gills won't be all banged up, and the fish has a better chance of surviving, and most likely will survive if it just has a lip piercing. But I suppose, you know, if you're for sure going to keep the fish, might as well just run it through the gill. That's probably easier. Yeah, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I figured if the bite was going to start, it was going to start long before now, but I'm going to stay another half an hour, see what happens. I don't know. Maybe the bite's starting later than expected today. Or maybe these 2 fish that I caught are just outliers. Just weirdo fish that don't go with the crowd. Well, it seems like the cooler temps may have killed the appetite of most of the catfish, but this guy gets rewarded for marching to the beat of his own drum. He gets to go. See you later. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. See you on the next one. fish on. Bait's in the water, 10 minutes. I'm hoping for trophy fish today. I'll keep eaters, I think. Oh, I lost that fish. Oh, that was a good fish. Had the baits in the water 10 minutes. All right. Let's check that hook real quick here. It's sharp, real sharp. Must have just got hooked in a whisker or something. Must have just been barely hooked. This bait's going back out there. This line just went slack. Fish on. Use my drag a little bit. Loosen my drag a little bit on this one. I lost that last fish. I'm kind of wondering if I would have had the drag a little bit looser, might not have happened. Got a good fish here. Feels good. Kind of hoping for some trophy fish here today. Been having good luck with the eaters so far this spring. But really haven't caught anything over like 8 or 9 pounds. So let's see what today brings. I don't have my knee boots on today. I'm not gonna be walking out in the water. This is a good fish. Yeah, it is a good fish. Step out onto this one. Gotcha. Yeah. It's only been about 15 minutes since I got that first hit, so looks like I picked the right spot and the right time today. Yeah, this is a big girl eating that shad. That was on the tail piece. I'll give it a little weight here. I already know this fish is too big to keep, but I'm curious. I'm gonna guess 9.5. Eight pounds, 12, 13, pretty close to 9. Well, this fish doesn't want to let go of my scale. I don't know. I don't want to tear up his mouth. I'll get it open out of there in a minute, but yeah, about 9 pounds. It's a good fish. Too big to keep. It's going back in the lake. Let's see if I can fall in on this slippery rock here. Get out of here. Bye-bye. Just frozen gizzard shad for the bait today. Been in the freezer all winter. If you've been watching my last couple catfishing videos, nothing has changed. I still got plenty of this bait, and I'm going to keep on using it because it's the best bait in my opinion. There's another tail piece going out. Oh, let me show you my rig, I guess. There's another thing. I mean, if you've been watching my last few videos, I don't change much when it comes to catfishing. Simple works best. Synchronous slide to a swivel, about a 12-inch leader, 4-aught hook, natural bait. Doesn't get much simpler than that. This one pulled a little drag. Yeah, fish on. It's been less than 5 minutes since I released that first fish. Love this fast action in early spring like this. It was kind of bluebird skies when I was driving here. Some clouds have come in. There's little clouds dotted all over. I don't know if you can see, there's a giant plume of smoke. Oh, I don't know if this fish is in my other line or getting another fish. Swimming at me. I thought I lost it for a second there. He's just coming right in. Okay, yeah. He's in my other line a little bit. Where's my net? Oh, it's another nice one. Oh, yes. Get in here. Get in here. Oh, yeah. The big girls are swimming around over here today. Yes. And this was not on that fresh bait that I just threw back out there. This was on the bait that's been out in the water for, I don't know, 40 minutes or so. This is another big fish that I'm not going to keep. I'm going to get away. I'm just weighing them in the net this time. They don't like to let go of that scale. 12 pounds, 7 ounces with the net. Let's take a pound off for the net. So, yeah, it's an 11.5 pound channel catfish. That's a trophy in my book. Look at this beast of a channel cat. It keeps turning away from the camera. There you go. It's just a big channel cat. For around here, this is a big fish. I know they get a lot bigger in other parts of the country and get upwards of, 15, 20 pounds, but around here, this is pretty close to about as big as they get, at least as far as I know. But big head. This is probably an older fish. I see a lot of fish around that have, a big body and a little head. Makes me think they're kind of young, but this belly is huge on this fish. There's probably eggs in there. Back in the water she goes. Just hold on to her here a minute, keep her upright until she starts kicking away. There you go. Yeah. There's a lot of people that think that the best time for catfishing is at night all the time, and that might be the case during the summertime, but now when the water's cold like this, daytime is where it's at. It's always kind of a little bit of a letdown, or I don't know if about a letdown, but I don't know, when you get to a spot and it's just like as soon as you start fishing, it's like bang, 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 and then all of a sudden it stops, and it just kind of gets you started with some kind of unrealistic expectations that is just going to continue all afternoon, right? Wrong. Kind of reminds me of that first time that I took my youngest son turkey hunting, and I had gone out and set up the blind the night before, and then we went there early in the morning, went in the blind, and we were in the blind for probably 15 minutes before big tom turkey walked out, and boom, and we had been there 15 minutes and got a turkey, and that has never happened to me, and so that his first time is kind of an unrealistic expectation. The next year he went turkey hunting with me, and we sat there all day and saw nothing, and he hasn't wanted to go turkey hunting since. But expectations are a heck of a thing, aren't they? Sometimes I like to put this stuff on baits just to freshen them up a little bit, instead of putting on a new bait when the bite is slow and I don't really want to waste bait. Let's freshen up the bait with a little of this smelly jelly. This is the anise flavor. Leaks all over the place. Got to keep it in a plastic bag. out slack. I don't know how long it's been like that. I just looked up. I was reading an article. Yeah. We're on. I was reading an article about flathead catfish diets. And all the while, I'm feeding this catfish here. This feels like a real good fish. You can feel the tail hitting the line there. Yeah, pull some drag. Do it. Yes. Oh, it's a big one. It is a big fish. This is bigger than those other fish, folks. Yeah, it's quite a bit bigger. I'm walking out to get this fish. You're not getting away. Get in there. Yes. My feet are frozen. I was not letting this giant get my line wrapped around that rock right out in front of me there. I think this is a new PB, folks. I'm shaking. I think I was just talking earlier about how 10-12 pounds is as big as they get around here. I think I might need to correct my my statement. We'll see. Where's the hook? Look at that head. Oh man, look how he's hooked. Right in the bottom lip. Not a real super solid hook. He's got him in the skin of the lip. Fourteen pounds 4 ounces. That's a new personal best, folks. My previous personal best was 13. Oh, new personal best channel cat, folks. 14.5 pounds. Look at the head on that beast. Woo. I was really in the mood for catching some trophy size channel cats today, and this big fish really made it happen for me today. Wow. I think I'll keep this one, maybe. Just kidding. Huge head. I have no idea how old this fish is, but it's definitely not a youngster. I mean, look at the huge bumps on the head there. Wow. Huge belly. It's been running around eating dead shad, I'm sure. Let's get this fish back in the water. What a great day. I already got my feet wet, so I'm just gonna walk on out here with him. I think this is a male. Whoa. You're going the wrong way, buddy. Hold on. You're gonna go. See ya. Thank you. And thank you for watching. I appreciate it. See you on the next one. You wouldn't know it by looking at where I'm at here, but this lake right now, most of this lake is a raging torrent. There's 20 and 30 mile an hour winds that are blowing away from me, this direction. I was on the other side of the lake a few minutes ago. Whitecaps crashing, just like a storm over there. But I'm over here in an area that's kind of behind the landmass. There's a landmass behind me blocking the wind. There's not much wind here. It's like a different world over here. Today's bait is going to be more frozen shad from the freezer. I got a bunch of it and I'm going to use it because they love it. Actually, I think I'm going to use this pack instead. As you can see, this one's got some small fish. Yeah, this one's got a bunch of small fish. And this one's got probably just like 4 or 5 larger fish. I think I'm going to use these and use the whole fish. Put them in the defroster for a few minutes here. Let's see. I think I'm going to use 5-ounce sinkers today, just because I want to cast pretty far, and that's pretty much what I have. I've got 1 4 and a whole bunch of 2s. I'm going to use these 5s. It's about 11:30 in the morning, and the temperature is about 45 degrees. As you can see, sun's shining. And the sunshine is what's making this tolerable to wear just a sweatshirt. I had my warmer coat on, but took it off because that sun is keeping me nice and warm. And while that bait is defrosting, I'm going to bring the net down and we'll get a water temp. I'm pretty sure the water temp was getting close to 60 earlier this week, but then we had a cold front come in, and for the last 3 days or so, I woke up in the morning yesterday, looked out the window, and it was snowing. So I think the water temp's been going back down. Let's see what it is. 51.9. Whoa, that's a lot cooler than I thought it was going to be. I dropped a lot lately. I don't necessarily think that that's going to mean that the fish aren't feeding today. They might just be feeding a little bit less than they would be if the water was 60 degrees. I was catching them pretty good last week when the water temps were in the upper 40s, so I think I can still catch some fish today. Not a cloud in the sky. The pressure's not that high though. Pressure's still below 30. I think temperature has more influence than pressure this time of year. Yeah, little shads, little gizzard shad. I'm going to use these. This is going to be one bait. There's another. One more. And 3. And I am just going to do a little bit modification here. I'm just going to put a couple little snips just in the gut, just so a little bit more stuff will leach out. Just a couple snips. Caught a new personal best channel cat here last week, 16 pounder. That was pretty awesome on a bait just like this. I know when fishing like this, it's tempting to want to, double hook the bait through, because it seems like it's just barely being hung on to by just a little bit of meat. But when you do that, you bury your hook point in the fish meat, and I don't know, you get less hookups that way. That's just been my experience. In my opinion, that's one of the reasons why that hair rig is so effective with carp fishing, is because with a hair rig, that hook is 100% exposed. There's no bait on that. And yeah, that's one of the reasons. There's guys in Europe and Spain and France where they fish for those giant whales, catfish. They fish with hair rigs too, and the 100% hook exposed seems to work good for them apparently. All right, got a flock of coots out there. Hope I don't hit any, but if I wait for them to leave, I'm never gonna be fishing. Perfect. The other day I was carp fishing, and I casted I got 5 ounces of lead here plus a bait, which weighs practically nothing, but 5 ounces. And the other day I was casting a similarly weighted bait, carp bait, with a different ugly stick rod. These are the ugly stick catfish rods, but I was using an ugly stick GX2 of medium heavy action, medium heavy power, same power rating as this rod, but the rod snapped in half on the cast. Never had that happen before. Casted many heavy baits with those rods and never had that happen. That was weird. I have no qualms about casting heavy baits with these catfish rods. Do it all the time. I have no issues launching 5 or more ounce baits really hard with these rods. They do it. They don't even hesitate. Yeah. Yep. We're on. I think it's only been about 15-20 minutes. This feels like a pretty big fish. Got some really good weight here. Get this net out there. This fish is just digging for the bottom. It's only about 5-6 feet of water out where my baits were. I haven't caught a glimpse of this fish, not splashing at the surface or anything. There's rocks all over the place here. I feel the tail of the fish banging on the line. Oh yeah. Rolling, he's rolling. Got him. Yeah, this is a great fish. 5-6 pound channel cat. I'm keeping fish today, and I think this is going to go on the stringer. This is about I don't know, this is around about as big as I like to keep these days. I used to keep bigger fish, but I've kind of scaled down my size range that I keep over the last few years. 5-6 pounds is about as big as I like to keep. This fish has got like little kind of leechy nematode looking things on his head. He's got one right on his eyeball right there. I don't know if you can see it. This fish looks pretty healthy. He's got a battle scar. Look at that scar right there, just right in front of his dorsal fin there. I don't know if the camera's picking up the right, there might be too much reflection, but yeah, battle scar there. A couple more on top of the head. But yeah, stringer. That did not take long. 15-20 minutes. Nice fish on the stringer. That was a little bit more aggressive bite than what I've been seeing so far. The water warming up a little bit. Fish having a little more energy. Check this hook real quick, make sure it's, oh yeah, sticky sharp. Just gonna put that same type of bait on there, just a whole little shad. Here we go, getting a bite here. Yep, there we go. A chance to pick it up off the bottom, get it in his mouth, and yeah, that was it. He was swimming towards me. I know I said before that I thought the other one was a big fish, but I'm going to say the same thing here. A lot of weight on this one. Yeah, this is a bigger fish. He's pulling drag. Yeah, these fish are getting a little bit more energy with the water warming up a little bit. They didn't put up much fight when the water was in the 40s. But I can feel this fish rolling like the catfish does. Kind of a long fight here, it's taking a while. Definitely looks like a beast. I saw this big dark head come up out of the water there for a second. Oh yeah, it's a giant. Get in here. That's a giant. Man, this might be another PB giant channel cat. I mean, look at that. My 5-ounce sinker compared to this fish's head. Yeah, I don't know about the weight on this fish. It's gonna be big. Oh yeah. Go for 19. 18 pounds, 15 ounces. Here's my new PB. 18 pounds, 15 ounces. 1 ounce short of 19. Oh, I gotta get closer. Look at this beast. Yeah, he's a little bit dirty. The grass hasn't come in yet at this spot. What a beast. I honestly didn't think there was a fish this big in this lake. Every time I think that I've caught the biggest fish in the lake, then I catch another one. Wow. Well, this is gonna make probably 3 or 4 good dinners, I think. I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna keep this fish. It's going back in the lake right now. Oh, look at that jaw. Look at the size of that tail. Get the net out of the equation here. I think if somebody would have kept this fish when it was 10 pounds, huh? This fish wouldn't exist today. But it does. And it's going to continue to exist. Maybe I'll catch it again when he's 20 pounds. Go on. Thank you. Yeah. That was awesome. Here we go again. I just got my hands dried off and was getting ready to put another bait out on that one that the giant bit on. Hooked up again. Suffice to say, this is absolutely a smaller fish than what I just had. It's gonna be hard to beat that. 18 pounds, 15 ounces. Of course, it had to be 1 ounce short of 19. I know that you guys that have blue catfish in your waters, it's not such an extraordinary thing to catch a 20-pound fish, but it's rare around here. We don't have blues. Come on. Yep. This feels like a pipsqueak compared to what I just hauled in. Yeah, another nice. This is a female channel cat, 5-6 pounds. Same deal as the first smaller fish that I've caught. It's got these little nematode little things all over their face. There's a whole bunch of them next to the mouth there. I think that's just normal because they've been down in the mud. This cold front, they've just been hanging out, laying on the bottom. Yeah, got them all over on the bottom fins too. Doesn't I don't think it harms the meat in any way. On the stringer, this fish goes. Yeah, stringer's looking pretty good. I don't know if I'm going to keep any more fish. That's quite a lot of meat there. Ooh, they're frisky. It's been a while with no bites, and I've decided that as a little token of thanks for the lake sending that big 18-pounder my way, I'm going to let these 2 fish go. That's why I put these stringer through the lip and not through the gill. I can pull this out and their gills aren't all beat up or anything, and this fish is in pretty good shape. He's going to live. I also concluded that I didn't really feel like cleaning fish tonight, so there goes that one. See you later. I want to thank you for watching today. Appreciate you watching. Let me catch my PB. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one. Welcome back to another catfish fishing adventure. It's the spring, 2nd of May today. Beautiful day. And the wind is howling at like 35 miles an hour, but I have strategically picked this place because the wind is blocked. That's right, I'm letting the wind tell me where to fish today because really this is the only place that's fishable today. It's like a raging storm everywhere else in the lake, and so today I'm fishing where it's comfy for me for a change. And today's bait is frozen gizzard shad from the freezer. Been in the freezer all winter since last fall. Finally starting to look a little bit like spring around here. Getting some warmer days. Still in the 30s at night though. This needs to defrost for a minute. Defroster there for a minute. While I'm waiting for that to defrost, let me get a water temp here. Yeah, 54.5. It's still falling a little bit, but that's probably about right. It was like 51 when I was here about a week ago, so getting some slow warming here. Like I said, we're getting into May now, May 2nd today, and yeah, I want to get some more catfishing in before they start to spawn. I think once the temps start getting close to water temps start getting close to 70, spawn will be on and it'll be harder to catch. And frankly, I don't really enjoy catfishing in hot weather that much anyway. Keeping bait cool is a chore that you always have to do, and then when you keep fish, you got to keep them on ice, otherwise, you know, they go bad fast. It's cold water catfishing is my favorite catfishing. And those of you that are here for the carp videos, don't you worry, there's going to be plenty of carp fishing. Like I said, once this water temp gets up into the 70 or so, it's pretty much just going to be all carp fishing for me for the next several months. So there'll be plenty. This looks pretty good. I'm just having a fantastic year with the spring catfish this year. Broke my PB twice, and I don't know if I can do that again. I think I might have caught the biggest catfish in the lake. Impossible to know, of course, but I would be very surprised if they got any bigger than that 19-pounder that I caught. I think what I'll do is this will be 2 baits. Just cut that one in half, and then this one will just be 1 bait. What I want to do here today is use baits that are big enough that a trophy channel cat would be interested in, but yet small enough that you know, a 5-pound channel cat would be willing to eat. The same goes with the hooks. I want a hook that's big enough to hook a trophy, but not so big that it's gonna like poke the eye out of a 5-pound channel cat. I don't want to use some 9/0 hook. This is a 4/0. I think this is the perfect size for channel cats. And I'm using a hodgepodge of hooks here. Here's a different kind. 4/0 kale hook. Nothing fancy here on my rig, no rattles or demon dragons or any of that stuff. Sinker on the slide, that's a 5-ouncer. And then a 1-foot leader down to that 4/0 hook, a little shad. I got 20-pound mono on all of this, and these are the Ugly Stick catfish rods, medium heavy power. And the reel I'm running is the Akuma Avenger. That is a 55 size. These are old ones. I don't know if they make them anymore. I'm sure there's a replacement model of the equivalent, but these are great reels, great rod, simple catfishing. No need to launch the baits a mile today. I think they're going to be near shore with the water warming up. Boom. Probably 35-40 yards. Oh, there's a piece of garbage I gotta go get. Gotcha. Yeah, this thing's tumbling down like a tumbleweed, but headed for the water. Got it. Couple of details that I forgot to mention. It's about 12:30 in the afternoon, and fishing in probably about 5 feet of water here off the shore. All right, lines are out. I fully intend to use this thing today if I can catch some meter-sized fish. Stay tuned. Okay, 1 hour has gone by, no fish. I just reeled in my other 2 lines and had a bare hook. This is the 3rd line. Feels pretty light. I'm betting there's a bare hook as well. Oh no, still got a bait here. Okay. Bare hook on the other 2. Something's out there picking baits off. That's actually encouraging, because if I had all 3 baits untouched, that would be not good. So I'm glad something's out there. Actually, I'm gonna hook this through the noggin here, just like that. Put this one back out. There's a few things that could be picking my baits off the hook. Turtles, of course. I don't usually have issues with turtles here. Crayfish, though, are a thing here. They will pick your bait off and you won't have any indication on your line at all. The other thing that comes to mind is potentially small catfish that can't get the whole bait in their mouth, or bullheads, or maybe even perch. But I got fresh baits out now. Hopefully I can catch whatever it is that's picking at my baits. Okay, I just saw a bite there. Something's playing with this bait. Let's go see what's going on here. That was just a light bite. I just happened to be looking at the rod in the direction of the rods and saw this rod tip bob up and down a couple of times. It wasn't enough to make my bells jingle or anything. This is the older bait, the one that I casted back out. Okay. So I think we do have some turtle going on here. Something grabbed onto it and pulled. Well, I'm glad I noticed. Otherwise I'd be sitting there with just this stupid thing hanging on the hook. No meat on it, just the skull. No doubt that's what happened last time. Something just grabbed onto the bait and pulled until the hook ripped out. I'm going to put a smaller piece of bait out this time and see once. If it's small catfish, that's fine. I'd like to catch some small catfish if they're biting. I'd be down with catching some bullheads even if that's what's doing it. We'll see. I don't think I'm going to downsize the hook though. This is plenty small to catch a bullhead. Alright, I'll see how this goes. Got a little game of cat and mouse here going, or cat and fish, I guess. Man and fish. I'm going to go ahead and move my bells up onto the rod instead of on the rod holder. Be a little better indicator. I don't really like doing this because it's annoying having to take the bell off when fighting a fish. I can't stand it when I see people fighting a fish for the whole time with a bell on the rod. I don't know why, it just drives me crazy. Okay. Bell is off the rod. Whatever picked it up and swimming towards me. Big time swimming towards me. Oh. Okay. Wow, big time swimming towards me. Finally hooked up. Whatever this is doesn't seem very small. Guess it could be a big turtle. that net out there and get that ready. He's still a ways out there, but I want to be ready. This does not feel like a small fish. Kind of intense right there with the bite. It had a bite and then it immediately started swimming in towards the shoreline. I'm sure you saw how much I had to reel up on that line to tighten up the line. I haven't even seen a glimpse of him yet. Oh, there's my sinker. Oh yeah, big catfish tail just came out of the water. Yeah, this is a big cat. Not gonna be an eater. Come on in. Oh, yes. Yeah. That's a big boy. Yeah. What do we got here? 11 or 12 pound fish. Yeah, this is not a turtle. I don't think. Are you a turtle? No. He's tightening up though. Don't squirm. Quit squirming. Okay, yeah. So yeah, nice. 11, 12 pound channel cat. Beast of a channel cat. He's got those little parasites up next to his mouth there. He was hooked right in the corner with that 4-aught hook. It's good to know that the catfish are here, because I was getting a little worried I was going to get turtled or crayfished to death here this afternoon. Too big to keep. Back in the water he goes. Head in the water. Just let him sit there for a minute. I think he's ready. He's only out for a minute. See you later. We're going down shore, huh? See you when you're 20. Well, time's up. I don't really have anything clever or interesting to say about today's fishing, other than that one big channel cat. It's a pretty good day. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. See you on the next one. I'm going to do some bullhead fishing today, and I'll show you what I'm working with here. This is just a really cheap rod and reel combo, medium action. Probably, I think it's a 6 foot long spinning reel, and I've got 10 pound monofilament line on this, and this is just a slip sinker rig, otherwise known as a Carolina rig. Out here I've got a 1 ounce egg sinker and a split shot clamped on the line there, and that's about a foot above the hook, and the hook is a size 4 bait holder hook. Simple rig, simple gear. And the bait's going to be night crawlers, and I'm just going to put a little piece of night crawler on to start with, about like that. Just kind of match the hook size a little bit there, and I'm just going to thread it on through and through, just like that. And the only other thing you need is a lake that has bullheads in it. You should be good to go. This is a bottom rig, so I'm just going to watch the rod tip there. I've got a little bell on my rod holder that jingles if something wiggles the rod. But we'll know here in about 5 minutes whether there's any bullheads around. Line just went slack. There we go, fish on. First bullhead on. Assuming it's a bullhead. And they don't fight very hard, but they're a fun little fish. Just reeling them in. Oh yeah. There we are, first little fish. They're infamous for swallowing your hook, but I'm going to be keeping these fish. Have a fish fry with them. Let's get some more. Still have most of my worms, so I'll just reuse that. And I was doing some carp fishing, but not getting any carp bites today, so I'm switching over to bullheads. Reel in this carp rod and throw out another bullhead rod. I think I have one on there. I had a bite and thought I'd reel it in and check the bait, and I definitely have a fish on here. It's only been about, I don't know, a minute and a half, 2 minutes. Looks like I'm in the right place today. So luckily this guy didn't swallow my hook. That's nice. The thing about these bullheads is they've got spines, one on the top and one on each side. These pectoral fins here are really sharp, and they'll stick you right in your hand or your foot. If you drop them on your foot, it'll stick right in it. So you gotta put those fins between your fingers like that when you hold them. Most people know that, but in case you're new to bullhead fishing, it's important to know that. Don't just grab them like you would a bluegill, because they've got some spikes on there, but they don't have any teeth. They're just like sandpapery mouth parts here on their jaw. I'm not casting very far out, maybe 20-25 yards off the bank here. Yep, real fast action. Trying to get 2 rods out, but I'm not able to get 2 out yet because I keep getting bit. This is just another inexpensive bait cast rod and reel combo here. Just slip my fingers around the spines. Now we're safe. And since it's such fast action here, I'm just going to use little bitty pieces of worm, so I'm not wasting a bunch of my worms. Bite, bite, bite. Fish on, fish on. Had 2 rods in the water for, I don't know, a minute or 2. Fish fry, fish fry. It's been a couple minutes with no bites on this one. I'm gonna reel it in. There's probably no worm on it. I think I'm just gonna fish 1 rod and just hold on to it, because I'm missing bites. I'm stealing my worm. There we go. This is Iowa, and there's no limit on bullheads. Not sure how many I'm gonna keep here. Quite a few to make a good fish fry. I knew there was a fish on there, but I just wanted to get the other line out. I don't know why I keep wanting to fish with 2 lines. Productivity, I guess. Yeah. Bullheads are just on fire today. It's May 13th, Friday the 13th. Just finally started getting some of the regular spring weather. It's been a real cold spring. Bullheads are biting, carp are spawning over there. It's good times. Getting a bite, getting a bite. Love it. It's great fun for kids fishing if you can get your kids to go out fishing with you. Peel them away from the screens for long enough. Suppose I should probably start counting before the bucket gets too many in there. I haven't been counting so far. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 9. I think I'm just gonna do one rod. It's getting a little too chaotic with trying to maintain 2. Yep, Instabite. On. That was probably less than 30 seconds. 10. Well, probably not going to show you every fish here, because I'm probably going to catch like 50, maybe more. We'll see. That's a little bit bigger. Once you start getting a bite, it's good to just let them take it for about 5 to 10 seconds or so, just to let them get it all the way in their mouth. And then go ahead and set the hook. You don't want to wait too long, otherwise they'll swallow it. And it doesn't really matter that much if you're keeping them, you know, if you're not releasing the fish, but it does make it kind of a pain to get your hook back if you want it back. This is 17, I believe. Yeah, it looks like this one I did let him take it a little bit too long. Yep. Down in there. Didn't swallow it, but it's down quite a ways. Get that worm out of the way so I can see the hook. I wonder how many bullheads are in this lake. Probably millions. 18. 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Oh, that's a good one. 40. 49. Yeah, I'm getting almost out of worms here. I got a little piece of worm there. I got 2 little pieces of worm left. 3 little pieces of worm. Number 50. 51. This is 52. It feels like a bigger fish. Bending the rod like none of the other ones did. Oh, that's because he's foul hooked. Huh. That's why he's bending the rod a little more. Must have been trying to pick at it, and I hooked him. And this is against the law to keep foul hooked game fish. Bye bye. The one fish that gets to go. Alright, got 52 on the line here. Hopefully he's proper hooked. Yep. 52. That's gonna be it. And that is what 52 bullheads in a bucket looks like. I'm sure there's a whole bunch underneath there, but got to get these on ice. Let me dump them out of this water so I can get them on ice here. Alright, I kind of laid out some sticks here, like a little well for them to hang out in while I go fill this bucket with ice. Woo! That's a lot of fish. Alright, I gotta go fill this bucket with ice. I guess I'm not filling it with ice yet. I just want to rinse it out a little bit here. Guess since I'm putting them back in the bucket, I might as well count them. 2, 4, 6,
12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22,
24. I bet there's might be more than 52 because I think I might have miscounted a couple of times. 26.
28, 29, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 46.
48. 49. This is exactly why I brought this cooler of ice today. Well, I've got to get home and start cleaning some fish. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. See you on the next one. Welcome back, folks. It's kind of windy today, so I'm going to put 4 ounces of lead. Might have to do more than that. We'll see how it goes here. Looks like I'm out of 4 ounces. I'll use a couple 2s. And today's bait is frozen shad. A couple packs of them in here. You can do some pretty good sized pieces. We're full on into spring here. It's like May 23rd, I think. We'll do those 3. Just Carolina rig. Here's that 4 ounce sinker on a slider and a swivel, and about a foot long leader, and just a 4/0 wide gap hook. There's that chunk of shad. This hook's a little different than the other one. This is a kale hook. I like these too. These work real good. As you can see, the waves are crashing here. Not really going to be able to hear the bells very well, so I'm going to have to keep an eye on my rods pretty good. I don't mind doing that at all. These are bait runner reels, so if a fish starts pulling, it's just going to start pulling drag. It's not going to yank my rod in the water. The barometric pressure is 30.31. That's way over 30. Plus, we are right in the middle of a cold snap. We were having some appropriate spring weather for late May. Then we had frost day before yesterday. Killed all my tomato plants. Yeah, so we got highs in the low 60s now for a while, and just strange. So I don't expect much from the fishing today. High pressure, low temps, but we'll see. Fish on, fish on. I've only been here. Oh, it jumped. Holy crap, it jumped way up in the water. I've never seen a catfish do that before. Oh, it jumped. I wonder if this maybe might not be a catfish. It looked like a catfish. I've only been here, I don't know, half an hour or so, and yeah, I know when I got here, I'm just like, I don't expect any good fishing today, but who knows, maybe this is a fluke, but I'm reeling in a fish. And it is not a small fish. You right here, the water's real cloudy. Oh, drag, peeling. This might be a giant here. Oh yeah, it's a catfish. It's a big one too. Big channel cat. Get in here. Gotcha. Whew. I doubt the GoPro got that. It's probably too far away for the GoPro to get it, that fish jumping out of the water, but that was pretty awesome. It jumped out of the water like a carp. Like a big old marlin. And as you can see, this guy bit on the headpiece and he's whisker hooked. See that? 0. About 9.5. All right, first fish of the day on a 9-pound catfish. Big belly, jumping like a marlin. Is your name Marlin? But yeah, that's a great start to the day. Again, had low expectations, but that's changing. Back in the water she goes. I'll go over here where the waves aren't so crazy. Oh yeah. See ya. Whew. Well, welcome back, folks. It's about 11 a.m. I'm trying out a new spot. Well, I've been here before, but just maybe once or twice ever. The bait is oats and sweet feed pellets and boiled feed corn mixed in there. And I'm going to be using this boiled feed corn as the hook bait as well. And I think for the moisture in this bait, it's a can of cream corn and some liquid vanilla flavor. I'm going to pack these pretty tight here today because I'm really going to launch these baits out pretty far. Maybe 75, 80 yards. There's no wind, so I should be able to do it no problem. Water's pretty warm. I bet it's 70. I bet it's in low 70s. Feels good. Well, all this water that you can see out here is a very, very big shallow bay of an even bigger lake. Yeah, I think that was about 75. That guy's good. He's good. He got about this close to my tripod, but oh well. Well, I managed to get all three out without flinging the bait off, so there's a win. This is not the target species, but I'll take it. This is a giant catfish. Get the hook out of him here. This fight probably lasted 15 minutes. I'm guessing this is a 14-pound fish. Let's see. Yep, 14 pounds, 10 ounces with the net. Well, not the target species, but I'll take it. 14-pound channel cat. Giant for this lake. Fought me for a good 15 minutes. He's gonna go back in the water. He's too big to keep. This is a trophy. Back in the water. Didn't really get any of the fight from the first person view because I didn't have the GoPro on my chest. It was just getting too hot. I took it off, and this guy stabbed me in the wrist with his pectoral fin. Not too bad though. Yes. See ya. Nice. That was awesome. And that giant catfish was swimming around to my left over here in about 2 feet of water. In the middle of the day, it's about 1:30 in the afternoon. Yeah, that's right. The bait's in the same cooler with the food. Deal with it. I'll use that for the first one. Big fish bait there. I'm gonna do a little double hook rig here with a couple of small pieces instead of one big piece. And that's gonna be the rig there. 2 of my lines are gonna have Carolina rigs, just straight up Carolina rigs, sinker on a slide. I think I've got a 5-ouncer on there today because it's windy. Probably a 1-foot-long leader, 4/0 wide gap hook on this one with a tail piece. And this third line's basically the same rig, sinker on a slide down to about the same leader, except for I just got 2 smaller hooks and 2 smaller baits instead of a bigger hook and a bigger bait. I think this is like maybe a 2/0 hook, and I just got them knotless knotted on in line with each other. Sinkers above the baits. You know it's a good cast when it throws you off balance and you almost fall down. It's June 8th, and it's that time of year when the channel cats start doing their spawning, and I think we might be done with the spawn here, but I'm not sure. I'm gonna check the water temp, see what that tells me. Now this is just gonna be a reading of the water just right here next to the bank in 3 inches of water, so it's not gonna be exactly what's gonna be out there in 8 feet of water. Probably be a little bit cooler out there, but I'm gonna let this sit for a minute and we'll see. Just based on what the water feels like, you know, it feels like low to mid 70s, but the reason I think that we might be done with the catfish spawn is, or at least the females portion of the spawn anyway, is that yesterday I caught a 14-pound female channel cat. So you know, when the channel cat behavior with their spawning, the female lays the eggs in a hole or a crevice somewhere, and then the male stays there and guards them until that process is done. So if the females are out running around feeding, I'm thinking that they're done with their part of the spawning. Of course, it's possible that it hasn't even started yet, but from what I know, I think around 70 degrees is the temperature when they start their spawn. So if we're well over 70, then I think it's pretty safe to say that at least the females portion of the spawning activity is over,
and they might be out roaming around, while there's probably less male fish roaming around looking for food, but that's okay. I like catching those big female channel cats.
Yeah, so 73.2 in the water right here, so we're over 70. It's got to be right around 70 out there, so it's hard to know if the spawn's probably still happening as far as the females rolling that.
But like I said, I caught a big female breeder channel cat yesterday. I just had another big fish on the line. I don't know what that was though, so hopefully I can catch another one, and we'll see if it's a male or a female, and see what my theory says. Pretty windy to be out in a little bitty boat like that. Driving right over my lines too. Not a care in the world.
Oh yeah, it's a good fish. Get in here. Gotcha. Ooh, that wave just tossed her right into the net. Okay, here we are. Pretty good size female channel cat. I'm not gonna weigh this fish. I'm guessing 7-8 pounds. Belly not very big. So I think that the spawn is probably over, and this fish feels nice and warm, and she's munching and she's looking pretty skinny, so it's a good sign. Males are probably still on the nest, but let's put this female back in. I already got my feet wet, so might as well just go out here. These waves are pretty crazy. Alright, go, go, go. Thank you. Yeah, I thought for sure I had lost that fish because I got no resistance on the line, but it was just swimming at me for a long time. That was a brand new fresh piece of bait that I had just tossed out. It was only in the water for less than 5 minutes. This wind is getting pretty crazy. I don't know how much longer I'm going to put up with this wind. Forecast says 10 to 15 miles an hour, so I guess old man weather didn't get the note. Fish on, fish on. It's about noon. I was just starting to eat my lunch. This feels like a good fish. Oh, just broke the surface out there. Just kind of starting to think I've had about enough of this wind and waves here. We'll see. Pretty. Oh no, you're kidding me. Right at the bank. Right at the bank. Sharp rock. My hook is gone. Clean cut. And I just keep my hooks and leaders pre-tied just for exactly things like this. All I gotta do is run this through the end of the swivel, run the hook through the loop, pull it tight, bam, we're back to fishing. It's so loud with the waves, I just really can't hear anything. I just gotta kind of keep a pretty close eye on my rods. That's really disappointing to lose that fish right there close to the bank like that. That was a good fish too. Okay, we are back in business. No. This fish swam towards me and I thought I lost him. I was starting to think maybe the title of this video should be "How many fish can I lose in one morning?" I just thought I'd go ahead and say that, get that out of the way, because I was thinking it. This fish is swimming in towards me. And I'm not going to bother with the net right now. I can't give this fish an inch. Or he's going to wrap it around a rock and do the same thing as the last time. This might be the same fish even. Cast it in the same place. Yep, big female channel cat. No, you're not even getting an inch. Okay, maybe 1 inch. Get in here. No, you don't. Gotcha. Big female channel cat number 2. This one's got a little bit bigger belly than that first one. But I don't know if it's the same fish that I just lost or not. Probably not. They're out feeding. I think the spawn's over. I think it's safe to say. I might get a weight on this fish. I'm guessing this is a 12-pound fish. Let's find out. Well, I guess it's a 10-pound fish, 9.5. Yeah, and they don't all spawn at the same time, but I mean, this one's pretty fat. There might be eggs in there. I don't know. I don't really care that much as long as they come bite on my baits. You ready? Bye-bye, thank you. We've got a fish. I was just baiting back up and I heard a little jingle jingle. My pants are falling down. Yeah, it's another good channel cat. Littler guy. Must be a good keeper. Yeah, another female channel cat. You can tell by the color. It's a young fish though. Still got spots. I don't think this is a breeder. Back you go. Get bigger. I was just getting ready to go. I was just starting to pick up my stuff. I guess one more fish wanted to come say hi. I'm not complaining. Swimming at me, swimming at me. Swimming at me. Gonna put up a big fight when you get to the bank here. Oh, it's a big fish. It is a big fish. Yes. Oh yeah, it's a good fish. He's looking for a rock to snap it on. Get in there. Gotcha. Surprise, surprise. Another female channel cat. There we go. Another 5-6 pound female channel cat. Biting on that frozen shad. Springtime. Spawn bite. That's enough wind and waves for me for today. I think I'm going to call it a day. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. See you on the next one. We'll get bigger. See ya.